Hello. Welcome to my channel. I just literally am like, what in the world? So I had a dream. I woke up not long ago. I had to kind of like wash my face, splash water on my face, because I was like, that is crazy. Like, what was that about? So basically, um, I heard like clink, clink, like, how in movies you see people doing the metal cups against the bars at jail. And I looked back and I couldn't see whoever's face. I couldn't see their face. It was almost washed, like just no face. But it was a man's voice. And I felt bad, like, oh my God, they're saying my name. Help me, help me. And I'm like, why is this? The jail was, or the room was way on the other side of the hallway. Like it almost looked like it was miles away from me. But it was just a bar. Like there was nothing around it. So I'm like, why doesn't he just go around or whatever it is? Just go around. And in my head, I'm thinking this must be like a dream of a spirit or something. So I was scared to go towards it. But when I started going towards it, like something pulled my hand forward and don't. And I'm like, what? I look up, I'm like, it looked like somebody I know, like somebody that passed away from my family. I can't remember now because I just kind of just startled me. And then I tried to look back again. I was walking forward, but I was looking back. I was really trying to see who was asking for help. Like, why are you behind bars? Like, what? And how can I help you? Like, did you get yourself in a situation? You do something to put yourself in jail? Like, I had so many questions. And then I'm like, why is my family member stopping me from helping this person? But whatever it was holding my hand, I felt at peace. I felt kind of calm and sunny. So I almost think it was like my grandfather because he appeared to me in the corner one time before I got kicked out. So I don't know if that was a warning. Hello, hello. Yeah, I don't know if that was a warning or not. Um, that, I was going to have to grow up again. Because it was like literally months before my foster dad kicked me out. And I had my first body, well, my only so far, out of body experience. I saw myself shaking. I couldn't stop myself. Like I floated and I flipped real quick. So I was looking down at myself and then I was away. It's crazy. So, back then I used to wonder, like, I don't know if you believe in spirits. Like my grandfather used to call the spirits and help people and heal people. He was a healer. So he used it for good, but there's a lot of bad people that use it, santeria, y brujeria, and like witchcraft and stuff for bad. I'm not telling you to believe it or discuss it and like fight with me. I'm not going to argue. But I definitely saw him a few times. Not saw him because I wasn't allowed in the room, but I was in the house when it was happening, and there would be two or three people waiting. They would have to stand. I don't know why they never got to sit. I just thought about that. They never got to sit down on the couch. They had to stand by the door. But there was always like two or three people, and they would one by one go in. I don't know if he did more than that a day. Um, and I don't know how many spirits he was calling. It sounds scary, but it wasn't that scary. It was normal. And then my stepmom's best friend used to do that too. She probably still does, but hers was scary because her monsters came in and like they were vicious. Anybody that talked about her, anybody, like, man, it was instant bad everything for them. And I didn't want no parts of it. I was like, I don't know the lady. I don't know nothing. I'm gonna stay clear. Cause I seen, they say, yeah, God is big, but He also has angels, and He has fallen angels, and so people use all of it, good and bad angels, for whatever they think they're, you know. Anyway, so getting back to my dream, so somebody's asking for help. They're behind bars. They're doing the little cup thing, just kind of shaking. The bars are not going. There's nothing holding it, but somehow the bars are not moving when they're doing that. And I was like, I don't know if I made a noise or did I make a noise? I must have made a noise because the the person, I think it was my grandfather, Papa Tifa, holding my hand, pulling me forward. He let go, and then like an angel, big old wings. I felt him like the whiff of the air was like eh, but his wings were so big and so thick that it kind of muffled the noise. Like I could no, it was like putting on headphones. I couldn't hear the person asking for help, and the wings were too big for me to try to go look around. And sometimes I wake up and I'm like, okay, God is trying to warn me about something, and but this one, I had to come and tell it because I'm like, that's weird. But it did show me I am protected. So I felt safe. I didn't know, my angel was so big. I do believe I was raised Catholic. I believe in angels. I just don't celebrate their birthdays and all that stuff because to me that's idolizing them, and I don't know. I just I never felt good. It never felt right to me when I was little. When I see people put a whole bunch of rice or fruits or for the angels and Mary and this and that, I just always thought I'm not trying to offend anybody, but um, it's just not my thing. But I'm a Christian, but I still kind of pick and choose from here and there. I'm a full on Christian, but I still have different things that I believe in. Like I believe certain things about what I learned when I was a Catholic. The Quran has a lot of good, you know, good truths, and you can always learn from anything. Just, stand firm in what you believe. But the bar thing, the men, I didn't recognize the man's voice, so I don't know who to warn. If it's this warning, like I don't know, like it's weird. I have a feeling like something was going on behind my back, and there's different things coming to me, different information. I'm not gonna say it here, but I am gonna look into it, whatever was coming up, and so maybe that's why I had that dream, because I was thinking about it before I went to bed, and I was writing some stuff down, and I have to go um, fill out some paperwork, and but yeah, it's weird. Hey, hey, hi, hi, Alonso, Alonso. Do I know you guys? Mm, I think I remember seeing an Alonso on Instagram, but I don't know if you're the same one. Um, what's the sixth? Oh Lord, I almost fell for it. You must be young. What? Yes, 41. Are you just trying to make me say stuff? I'm not gonna say the last one though. All of that. Uh, oh, okay. You mistyped. Well, maybe that's something though. I wonder. Play the numbers. Maybe that's a lucky number right there, 41. And the other number I'm not gonna say because. But yeah, I don't know. I couldn't help whoever was behind bars. They were yelling real loud. And it took me a while. Like in my dream, I was like, it was playing. And all of a sudden, I was like dropped in the spot, like spotlight or something. And it felt like they were yelling for a long time, but I only heard it 3 or 4 times. But then my angel covered me, like I couldn't look back, and then I don't know. The person that was pulling me or the spirit that was pulling me forward was really thin, and I don't remember my grandfather being that thin. But I think it sounded like him. Or the sometimes when you, if okay, so this is gonna sound weird, but I am able, if I focus and I kind of let it happen. It started happening. I saw my grandfather when I was 16 or 17. That was the first spirit, but it wasn't like every time I see a spirit, it's not the same. Like it'll be, I guess, when they pass, like, so I saw a lady from the depression era with, she had charcoal. Oh, you could tell if you like history or Google stuff, you could tell that that's what they used to wear back then. And then I saw there was an uncle and a grandfather protecting a friend when I lived at Harrington House. She had the corner room and they were just lounging. And then the uncle noticed I saw, like, he noticed I see them. And then he told the grandfather, she could see us. He got so excited, he tried to scare me, like, big Samoan guy, big belly out, white towel, white material wrapped around his middle part. The grandfather had like a white, um, it almost looked like a muumuu, but I know they wear like, it's like a house type of coat. Clean. No, it was white. And the uncle had like black hair, round face, kind of like Samoa, but what's it called? The Hawaiian movie. You know, you know how what Samoans look like. He was kind of like the typical looking Samoan. The grandfather was very different. He was very thin. His hair touched the floor like it was long and white all the way to the floor. It almost looked majestic. But he would not let me see his face. He kept turning when I was like, But that's when the uncle tried to chase me down the hallway. But I realized he couldn't leave the spot that they were assigned to, I think. I don't know. I don't know how it works. Because they don't seem to move when I see them. Except for the two little kids I used to see in Florida in the yellow house. There was two little white kids, blonde hair. They looked like they passed away around Easter because they had their Sunday's best, yellow on yellow. Little boy had the average white boy little baby cut, just boom, boom, mushroom cut, I think it's called. A little girl had a little pigtail. I think she had two. No, she had one. One pigtail, half pony, half pigtail. And she used to swing her hair a lot. And they used to like that I saw them, so they used to peek around the door like. And I was like, once you get used to it, the first time was really scary. The first one after my grandfather was the depression lady, and she scared the mess out of me because she just looked so sad. And I can almost feel how depressed she was. I was like, dang, just because you're from the depression area doesn't mean you have to be depressed. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna leave you alone. I don't know what you need. If you need something, I hope you're not gonna hurt me, because I didn't know. You hear stuff in movies and stuff like, oh, spirits are bad. It's not real. Well, I see them whenever I really get in tune with that part of myself. And I didn't know that until I saw her, even though I saw my grandfather when I was way younger. But I just thought he did that for me. Like, I know you didn't see me get buried. I know you were away. Like, I thought that he was just visiting me and he caused me to have an out of body experience. I did not know that that was actually him passing on that gift. Like, letting me know that you got this gift. Like, if you really want to, or if you need it, or if you see it, don't be scared. Like, I remember once I came back in my body, and I remember thinking that, like, I think he wanted me not to be scared if I ever saw a spirit. But boy, I didn't expect to see when I was just having a normal night after I had my first son. All of a sudden, I was like, oh, I forgot my coat in the living room. I went and grabbed it. I went to grab it, and the lady was like hovering over my coat. She was admiring it because it was kind of like something that she had, but hers was black long with like not real feathers, but like material feather looking thing. Mine was jean jacket, and like it was my favorite gift. Johnny's dad gave that to me. My favorite gift. Because I wanted that coat so bad. And he surprised me that night. I saw it. He was like, oh, well, we'll save up. He brought it home that night. I was like, oh my God. I think that was the biggest. I know I'm simple. I am simple. Little things like mean a lot to me. So, and I know how hard what we were going through, and we were saving for a wedding and all that. So, or we would think planning a wedding, I think, talking about a wedding. But yeah, so that was my first spirit, the lady, and then the Samoan people. I told the girl, I said, did you have like a grandfather and an uncle that just passed away or something? And I described the people, and it spooked the girl. I forgot that that's not natural. It spooked the girl. I went to my room, and by the time I came out, she took an overnight bag. That girl did not want to come back to the house to get the rest of her stuff. I was like, I'm not possessed. It's your family protect. It was obvious that they were watching over her. It was protection, but you know, it's freaked her out. So her aunt had to come, and she didn't want to talk. I was like, She didn't want to talk to me. So I was like, okay, well, just know that spirits don't have walls. They're gonna follow that baby. Because is that something you guys do in your tradition? Like your ancestors protect and follow the baby, make sure that the baby, like, they want to watch over them. So wherever you go, they're gonna follow you. Because they haven't been here since she left. They left. So they're at your house now. Good luck. None, they're not there to harm you. I try to tell her, but she's, I don't want to hear it. That's voodoo. So I'm like, huh? I didn't do anything to call them. They were there protecting the baby. So that was the second time. The third time I saw, I was at a friend's house. The first time at the house, it was like I almost up in the mountains. The man had a plane in his backyard and a little runway. I was like, yeah, it's like, I think there could be 4 people that fit in the plane. And he was talking about teaching a Johnny how to fly the plane. Like, these people were really in love with a Johnny. And I was like, oh my God, this is crazy. I feel intimidated, like, little old me, like, you guys have a plane. How do we know each other? But this is somebody that volunteered at Harrington House. She made Johnny's first, well, all the babies. She made different animal suits for all the babies. She took measurements, she sold them all, and they were so cute. She did such a great job on them. Um, Anyways, so she's like, oh, um, I don't remember. I feel like Johnny was sleeping somewhere upstairs, the main room, and I had to go down. There was a downstairs. I think they wanted me to have privacy. There was a bathroom. There was a little where she had her sewing stuff and a little bed. And oh, that's why, because there was a TV there too. There wasn't a TV, so I was gonna watch TV downstairs and not keep him up upstairs, and then come back up and go in, at Johnny's room. I think she had like a queen bed in there. So, anyways, but when I was coming down the stairs and I looked, French doors, man, this, whoever this spirit was different. This spirit had flames all around it, skinny little leg thing, but he also had a white, just white, it almost looked like a sheet, like he just wrapped a sheet around him or something. Like maybe he passed away in the hospital. But his feet were like this much space from the floor. So I saw his feet, I saw his little legs. It was like bones. But the blanket wasn't burning, the feet weren't burning, but all around him was fire. And the French doors were closed, and I was like, um, who are you? Are you gonna come in? Why are you mad? Oh my God, I had so many questions. I wanted to run, but I thought it's a spirit. So if he wanted to get me, he could run faster because he could just appear. So I was like, I can't run. So I don't want to make him madder. And obviously it was a him. Stringy little hair, blonde or grayish blonde, and big old bushy eyes. So I was like, you are mad. Who are you mad at? What did they do to you? And I just felt his anger, like, ugh. And I was like, oh my God. So I look at the bed, I look at him, I'm like, are you gonna stay outside? I just want to go to the bed. I want to watch some TV. Is that okay? Like, I was like, oh my God, okay. I'll just go. And I did not sleep that night. I don't know when he went away because I kind of saw him kind of like moving a little bit, but I guess he didn't have permission to enter. I don't know what the spirits, how they get permission, or if, I don't know. If because he had fire around him, he couldn't come in. I don't know. He didn't answer no questions. They don't talk, like they don't talk to me, so I don't know. I thought it was gonna be like when I started seeing the show of what's that show that the girl used to talk to spirit? I forgot. But either way, when I saw that show, I was like, oh, maybe that's what I'm supposed to do. Or like Angel. Remember Angel? They used to talk to spirit and help people. I was like, oh, maybe that's my gift. Because I didn't understand when my grandfather said, I just came to give you your gift. You have a gift. You have a spiritual gift. If you choose to use it. I was like, well, what does that mean? Do I do what you do? Like eventually, how do I learn how to do that? I said, what if I don't want to? I was asking myself because he was gone. He said what he said. He was shining like a little sun, like a Teletubby sun in the corner. And then he left. But it was his whole face, real big. And he didn't tell me. So I was like, oh, maybe it was just a one-time thing. But when I saw those three spirits, and I did not learn my lesson. When I told that girl, I didn't learn my lesson. I thought this lady's older. She's not going to care. She's probably going to be like, oh, that's my crazy brother or whatever. Okay, and maybe be happy. Like, but then try to help him move on or something. I don't know. I thought it was going to be a good thing. So here I am thinking like, dude, I can't wait to tell her because I eventually fell asleep. Um, so I go up and I was like, do you have somebody that passed away that's real skinny and tall and could be angry at you with like gray, you know, like stringy hair, grayish, blondish, with like big bulging eyes? She was like, huh, no, I don't think so. I was like, oh, because there's somebody downstairs. I think he comes every night and he's mad. Like he's outside your door. And I don't know if he can come in. He didn't come in while I was downstairs. So I don't know what to tell you. He's really mad. So I don't know if that means he could hurt you guys, like, or what you guys did to him. But maybe try to say sorry. I was like, I'm trying to help. Like, I'm trying to learn this gift. I'm like, maybe you could say sorry and maybe he'll go in peace. Oh man, she got spooked out. She didn't let it show though until she dropped my ass off. She drove in silence 2 hours with me and Ajani from her house. I was going to see she got me tickets to see the Backyardigans play. So it was like a play. But I was like, oh man, I didn't bring gel to your house. My hair was like, I was like, okay, I'm just going to have to take my bun out and just kind of try to make it look like it's a hairstyle. I looked a mess. When I looked at the pictures we took, I'm like, but you know what? We had fun. So she said bye. She didn't say nothing out of the ordinary. She just was quiet. So it was uncomfortable, but she didn't say nothing. So I was like, okay, well, maybe we can do it again sometime. She knew where I lived, so obviously she picked me up. She kept in contact with me after Harrington House. So I was like, yeah, maybe we can take Ajani to the park or something, Green Lake or something. She was like, yeah, sounds good. Man, I never saw. She blocked me on Facebook. I think I only had Facebook back then. And she wasn't on MySpace or none Black Planet, none of those, because it was that long ago. I think MySpace was still going on. And no, Ajani was 3, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it was still MySpace and maybe Black Planet. She didn't have none of those, but she was on my Facebook. She blocked my number. I kept calling her, like, what happened? Nothing, nothing. So finally, after 3 months of like waiting, I thought maybe, it scared her and she just needed time to process and all that. Man, I've never seen that lady ever again in life. She doesn't know I have another kid and nothing. So I was like, dang, just because I was trying to help somebody understand. Oh, I didn't say who it was. She told me, when especially the hair, because she's like, I said, yeah, it's kind of like this way, like just real, like almost bald, but you could see that it was like gold and gray. And there was no fire. It was just like he had the sheet over it, but then he let it down so I could see his hair. Oh, what he had left. And when she asked me to describe the spirit again, and I described him, and she was like, "I think that's my ex-husband." Come to find out, she cheated on her ex-husband. I guess he was abusive or something. Well, I could say this because she don't talk to me no more. She cheated on her husband with the guy that she was married that time because the husband was abusive. So this new guy, her husband that was married to her then, took her away from that. They moved obviously way up in the mountain. They've been out there all their life. And she avoids where his family is or whatever. They live somewhere. I forget she told me they live way somewhere, another state even. I don't remember. So I was like, but you cheated on him? Well, he's still pissed. He's still mad about it. Did you get a divorce? She's like, of course. I had to get a divorce in order for me to get remarried. But yeah, she just pretended like I should have known when she told me. What did she say? I think she said, I pretended to go to the store and that was it. She had her wallet. She didn't have no clothes, nothing. But her and the new man, the side boo, they were already had some going on. Like they took off that day. I'm thinking to myself, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, did he have that plane before? Because maybe he was like, yeah, meet me at my driveway. my, my little, to take off right then. That's crazy. Can you imagine? Just, oh man, that would be lovely. I don't think that plane could fly over like if I wanted to go to Spain, or, I don't know. I don't know if they could fly that long. But either way, it would be cool to be like, boom, I'm in New York, boom, I'm in Cali, boom, I'm in Florida, boom, 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 New York, this, they. I would just go to all four corners and try a couple of cities in the other states. Um, and of course, I would, you know, go visit my family in our place. But yeah, so getting back to that weird dream, like I don't know what's going on with that dream, but I hope that I hope that doesn't mean that people were doing more than what I thought they were doing behind my back. I don't know. But the dream made it seem like I won't be able to help whoever gets in trouble for whatever they're doing. So don't even ask. Like, that's what I got from the dream. Like, if you hear somebody asking for help or hurting, trying to do something to you or take something from you or do evil, behind your back, you can't help them. So that's what I got from the dream. Like, you can't help them. The angel said no. So I don't know. I just had me like, what? Why am I? Like, my dreams have been heavy lately, just heavier than usual. And I know sometimes I have just regular old weird dreams. I barely have nice dreams, but lately I just been having a lot of, I don't know if it could be like, not fortune telling, but like just letting me know stuff that might have happened or was going on behind my back. So, but the thing is, what I've learned is from going through everything that I've gone through in life is that whatever it is, I can only control what I can control. I can't do nothing about what what happens, you know? So, but it is interesting to have dreams, and then later on it might make sense later on, like, oh, that's what that meant, or maybe the guy was trying to warn me about this or tell me about that. So yeah, whoever's going to jail, I'm sorry. I can't help you. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. But you know what's weird, even if it's somebody doing dirt, I can't help it. I think that that's why God protects me so much, because I'm like really a giving person, a forgiving person. I forgive so much. People think I'm stupid. People think I'm dumb. Like, oh, I always hear, well, if that happened to me, there's no way I would forgive that person. Da da da. It's like, well, that's the difference. You're not me, so I don't know. Like, I don't know what to tell you. But what I've learned is that holding on to stuff, like forgiving is easier than dealing with, you know how hard it is to hold stuff in? After I told my story, after I told my life story, man, I felt so much, my shoulders felt so light, like it's just, whew. I didn't realize how heavy my story was. I mean, I know I've been through a lot. And, for some reason, God held my hand through it. Even before I knew Him, He was helping me through it because I was put in some real awkward situations, even as a baby. And God had to be with me because it's like, how did I not fall down from a cliff, crawling around unsupervised, eating worms to feed myself, supposedly, with an umbrella skirt? Like, what? So I know He was with me before I even chose. Like, I believe I got saved when I was 8. But I knew what I was doing when I was 14. So when I was 14, I thought, oh, I'm finally saved. But when I thought about my life, before I did my stories, I had to think about everything. And I was like, well, no, I remember coming home from church one day. It wasn't Easter, it wasn't Ash Day, but it was, I don't know, that day something, even though the priest talks in that weird language you can understand, like, I don't know, I just had a hard time like feeling connected to the Catholic Church. Because I didn't feel like I understood nothing. Like, you just get up and get down, get up, get down, get up and get down. Oh, and the weird noises. But something happened that day. I went home and I was like, I didn't know how to pray. And I knew if I asked my stepmom, like, I couldn't ask my stepmom nothing. Because everything I asked her, it was stupid, it was dumb, it was this or that. So I was just like, I'm not going to even ask her because she over there gossiping. We just got home from church. She already gossiping. Whatever. So I went to my room. I sat in the middle of my bed. And I was like, God, if you're really real, da da da. And I said what I said. And I believe that that night I was saved. And I think I was 8 or 9. So, yeah, that's my story. I hope I didn't spook you guys out. Like, spirits are real. Like, they're not all scary. Um, it's not like the movies, you know. If you see oh look, person upstairs. That man just loves to get on my nerves. But either way, if you ever see like you think you saw something, that's a spirit walking by or an angel protecting you. Like, there's no reason for you to be scared, basically. That's all I'm saying. And if you happen to see one day, they kind of talk to you, but not with lip. That you just feel it. Like, if you're able, I don't know. Not everybody has that gift, so I'm not saying you could see it if you wish it or whatever. I don't know. I don't know how it works. I don't know how it works. But I just know that if I somehow, I think after I have my kids, my soul, my body was in a different whatever, more in tune. So that's why I saw spirits then. But then when I went to Florida, my kids were up and out. So they were both out. My little one was like 2, almost 2. So I don't know how I saw the little 2. And I kept seeing them after we got back from Florida. Then I found out I could see animals, but I only saw the animals in the downtown apartment that I had, close to downtown. So I don't know why that apartment I could see things crawling on the wall. That was creepy because I don't like, reptiles. That's why I had a hard time in Florida with the lizards coming in the house, the roaches, the this, the that. No matter how clean you are, there's certain parts of Florida you're gonna have roaches, and the big old roaches at that. And then the little lizards, try to come in when it's cold at night. For them, it's cold at night. It feels good to me. I open the door. I'm like, ah. But yeah, so basically, I just wanted to come tell you guys about the dream. That was the main part. But then the other stuff came out about the other spirits. So I guess I wanted to give you guys a background in case you didn't hear that part of my story. Those videos are down. Once I felt healed and I felt heard and the weight was off my shoulder, I decided to take them down because I wasn't doing the videos out of revenge or like, oh, I hope somebody sees them that needs to see them. I didn't. I just wanted it off me. It was weighing me down. And I thought, what I really thought was, if I do the videos, I can get through that and heal better or heal faster. It actually did the opposite. It forced me to go into this other type of going through it. I was like, oh no. But now I understand that, like, in order to get here, you have to go through certain type in the healing process. It's not just like, oh, you forgive and you heal. No, they always tell you like, oh, you need to heal. You need to. It's a process, and depending how much you have to heal or how much pain you have to heal, there's different things that you can do, not just counseling. There's different things that I have done, at least I'll talk for myself. Counseling worked really good at first. Then it was just beginning to feel like a waste of time because of the whole time is up. That started getting on my nerves because I'm a talker. Like, I feel like, what the hell? I'm just coming here. You don't give a damn. Like, I don't know. It was just weird to me. So once it started feeling that I started looking for, okay, what's the next part? How can I help myself heal? What's the next part? And so I started writing. I wrote the beginning parts of my story like 1,000 times. I probably had about 20 notebooks in Florida, all different notebooks that started and then I would get to a certain point and I would get stuck because I would start crying and it was too hard to get past a certain point. That's what pushed me to think, well, maybe I can record it since I can't write the book because it's too heavy. Maybe I can just speak it. I thought about TikTok, but then I was like, oh, they do like 3-minute videos. I was like, oh, that would be annoying. Because I need to be on as long as I need to be on to get it off. Like, and so I talked to people that have written books. So they said, well, the first step, one of the ladies that I talked to, she was like, the first thing I did was write what I thought I could have as titles, then write chapters, like chapter one, what are all the titles that are going to go in that chapter, chapter two, chapter three, so on, so on. I said, I feel like I'm only going to have 5 chapters and like 20 titles in each of them because I didn't know how to divide them. So I was like, oh, that's too hard. So I'm just going to write titles. I'll start there. I'll write titles. And then if somebody could help me turn that into chapters and books in a book, then, I'll go from there. But then I was like, I was so scared. I was like, I don't have money for publishers and this and that. And what if they want to change my story? I don't want to change. Like, it's my life. And I want to tell it like I want to tell it. So I was like, the only way that's going to happen if I talk it. I thought about recording it, like do an audiobook, but then you still have to edit it and cut it and get it approved and all this stuff. So I thought back then. It might be different now with technology getting better and better. So that's how I came about. But I didn't even feel ready to even think about that until after I was in a hospice. What I believe I had COVID before COVID came here. But they didn't call it COVID back then. They just thought I was going. So they were trying to make it comfortable, trying to make me, 6 months planning and all that stuff. I said, I'm not staying here past, first it was, I went in August. I thought, okay, maybe I need help and maybe I can go home by Valentine's. They were like, sure, yeah, we'll plan on that. Then I was like, no, 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 I want to be home for Christmas with my kids. They were like, it's almost September. Well, no, I think it was September already. My kids were in school. I was like, no, my kids need me. I got to go home. And, yeah. So they're like, well, don't worry about payment. Because I was stressed about, like, they wanted my money, and I was like, well, I still got an apartment to pay for and this and that. They were like, oh, usually people come here and, they don't have all that. And, this is like their address. I was like, what that means? Like, you plan to keep me? I'm not staying. Like, my kids need me. I just came here to get better, not stay. So I didn't understand what a hospice was. And now I feel silly that I didn't research it. But I was so sick, man. I was so sick. There's no way I would have thought to even Google it. I couldn't even get up from the bed. Like, my oldest son had to pick me up, take me to the bathroom, and bring me back if I wanted to brush my teeth or anything, wash up. And but I was sick for 3 months. That's the problem. Like, I kept thinking, I'll get better, I'll get better, I'll get better. And I was getting worse. So, but yeah, I was in the hospice. They were making plans. They got a 6 months, 7 months payout voucher for me. Somebody donated the money for me to stay that long. So I didn't have to use my money, and I could still keep the apartment because they're like, yeah, we could see that that's stressing you. So we took care of it. We asked for donations, and somebody donated 6 or 7 months. I think it was 6 months. So, and don't you get happy? I just caught myself with the 6, 7. Um, yeah. So I was like, I'm not planning to stay this long. But I'm glad I didn't know what a hospice was, because then I would have probably got depressed. So God protects you. Sometimes it seems like you just gullible, but sometimes being gullible is good, because that would have messed with my head. Like, why would they put me in a hospital where people come to die? Like, no. So, but I ended up walking up out of there. My kids needed me. There was nobody helping me with them. My foster parents, trash, trash, trash. They would not take him out of that hellhole that they were in. They weren't home when I had to go. They took a vacation in the middle of my storm. So, yeah, my kids were suffering at Liz's house, the pastor's wife of the church I was going to at the time. I had to let them go. I thought they were good people, but come to find out, man, that lady's hell on wheels, man. So I was like, nah, I gotta get better. My kids need me. But I knew I couldn't leave when they first complained. I just kept begging my foster parents, like, please take him, please. I, that's what I'm saying. I've been through a lot of stuff. People think they see me smiling, and they see me shining, or like when the good times, and how giving and how nice I am. And like, you never know how much hell I had to go through to get here. But the thing is, I don't want to be an ugly person inside. Like, I don't want to turn cold. Like, I feel like that would be, I don't know. I just can never do it. So I just get away from people. I get away from certain people if they're triggering that side of me. Like, they want me to rah and spaz out on them, and I'm like, man, I ain't got energy. I ain't got time for that. I'm out. So I have no problem pushing people away that are causing me stress, because I already know that if I get sick, it's me and my kids. Like, it's just us. So I don't have time. Like, I'm just trusting God and letting God handle everything. So He's in control anyway. So I'm learning how to let go, because I'm a control freak, but I'm learning how to let Him control, instead of me trying to figure out, oh, let me figure it out. I used to do that a lot. I'm trying. When I catch myself, I'm like, oh, okay. And I sit myself down mentally. I sit myself down. But all the hardships that I've been through taught me to be tougher mentally, not cold hearted, but just give that side to the people that need it. Yeah, because you can't play around in a playground with bullies and not become one to them. But I'm also an advocate to, if anybody needs any help and I see them struggling, I'm going to try to help. I've always been a helper, an advocate, a peer. So those are some of the sides to me. People are always like, I don't know, like I keep thinking to myself, does anybody really know me? And I don't think people have seen. The people that know the street side of me don't know the sweet side of me, don't know the church side of me. The church side definitely don't know the street side. The 20-year-old me, they'll never know that. And some people think I'm dumb. Some people think I'm smart. Some people think whatever. I don't know. But it is interesting to hear or to feel when people like realize that I'm more than what they think I am, or like they're shocked or something. It's like, well, I'm not going to argue because I don't, like, how do you describe your personality? Like, I go by vibes and flows. Like, you give me this vibe, that's what I'm going to give you. You give me this vibe, that's what I'm going to give you. It might take me a while. I don't give up easily on people that I care about and love. But yeah, if you're trying to play me, like, get away from me, Satan. You know, I don't like that type of energy around me. So I protect my kids and my house, my peace, heavy. I protect it. And I ask God for protection. I don't have a lot of people over my house. I learned my lesson in my 20s about that. So, yeah, I don't, you know, people might think I'm boring. I don't know. Then the party people might think I'm too much, too flirty, too fun, too this. But it's funny, it's always something to something. She's too gullible, too stupid, too this, too that. But you know what's funny? Like the people that I want them to think I'm too something, like call me too Dominican. No, they think, she's not Dominican enough. Then people that are confused and don't know what Dominicans are. Oh, you're not black enough. I'm not black. Oh, or they're like, well, she's not black. She's not white. What is she? I'm whatever you think I am. That's what I am. I'm whatever you think I am. That's what I am. But yeah, I don't know. So I'm going to say a prayer for, because I don't know if that was just a weird dream. Maybe I watched the show or whatever. But yeah, I don't know if it's real. I don't know anything. I just know it was a weird dream. But I also knew the angel was not. Like his energy was tough, like keep walking type of energy. It's like, okay, uh, big old thing, big old wings. Oh my God. I was so scared. I was glad to wake up, let me tell you, even though he was protecting me. I was glad to wake up. I was like, oh, okay. You can breathe again. You're safe. Even though they protect me, but they're scary looking. Not in a weird way. Um, And sometimes I could see faces, sometimes I can't. I don't remember seeing, because it was so tall I couldn't see the face. But the wings, I wanted to pet it to see how it feels. But I didn't want to get spanked. I didn't want to get in trouble. So I didn't want to be like, can I pet your wings? That's like asking somebody, can I touch your hair? So I just was like, I didn't touch it though. I was tempted. I was tempted. I was tempted. Yeah, I was tempted, but I didn't touch the wings. I don't know what that did. What that would do with my dreams. Would I get slammed down on my bed or something? I don't know. Like the next time, if I ever see an angel in my dreams, I'm gonna try to touch the wings. I'm gonna try to see what that does. Hopefully, it's not a bad reaction. Hopefully, they'll understand I'm just curious. And I'll report back if I ever do get to touch one, if they if they let me, because they might disappear. I don't know what their powers are, but um, anyway, so just be safe out there, guys. I don't know, like things are getting tough, and I know like life is rough, but do it the right way. Get it the right way, man. It's not worth to do crimes and leave your family crying and, like, just don't do it. I don't know. I used to act like I was a badass when I was in my 20s. Like, I'm not scared of nothing. But it wasn't because I wasn't scared. I just didn't care about life. Like, I was ready to go every day. Not as a bad thing or like, or if some dangerous thing came to me, I would be scared. I would be scared. But I don't know if it was racing in New York, being raised in New York, having to walk different neighborhoods and going through foster care like three in 1 year, because I repeated sixth grade 3 times. Or I was not repeated. I went to 3 different schools in my sixth grade middle school year. But the weird thing is, I feel like time is weird because I feel like I was there. I feel like I was at Miss Rodriguez of my first foster family house at least a whole year. And then I feel like I was with the second family, the lady with the 5 kids. I made her 6 in a 2-bedroom apartment, little bitty old apartment in New York too. I'm like, how did you get approved? This is crazy. But I just I feel like we used to go upstate. She had a house upstate. She used to pack all 6 of us in her little 2-seaters. No, it was 4-seaters, but they didn't have 4 doors. That's what it was. So we had to put the seat back and I don't remember. I think I held 2 of the babies. There was 2 babies, and was there 3 babies? What did I say? No, I was her 5th. So yeah, there was 2 babies that were close in age. They weren't twins. I was holding them for the whole 3 hours. We did not take leg break. I don't know how she drove 3 hours without taking a pee break, a leg break, nothing. We did not get out that car until we got up to her house. But I remember going to her house at least 3 times, and I thought that meant 3 years, but I was like, before I did my story, I was like, no. I didn't do a year at Rodriguez, 3 years at this lady, and then 3 years, because I'm like, it was sixth grade. So I did 3 different middle schools, 3 different cities. I think they were all in the Bronx. No, no. The second home was Manhattan. But I don't know where I was going. I had to go walk a long walk, then a long hallway, take a train. Like it was weird. I went from being baby in my family, being chauffeur everywhere I went. I wasn't allowed to touch, get on the bus and all that, to going into foster care, and they're like, okay, that's a bus stop. So you're going to walk over there 2 blocks old and this way and that way. And yeah, take the bus, go to school. I was like, okay. I had no time for fear. I had to just do it. And so I did it. But looking now, I would be scared to do that. Like it's weird. But a lot of my life, I just had to do it. Like when I came to New York, I didn't have no choice. Nobody talked to me like, oh, it's not a day trip. Like you going and you're not coming back. If I knew I wasn't going to come back right away, I would have hugged my grandma longer and my favorite uncle, Tony, longer. I would have cried probably. They didn't explain to me what was going on. So, yeah, so people, I am strong and I'm a happy go lucky person, but I've been through a lot, and some people call me cold hearted because of it, because they see the other side of me. But this is why I had to learn how to switch. Like, my little ones, his dad used to call it the light switch effect. It's like, dang, one minute you could be so in love with me, and the next minute you're like, oh, it's you again. I was like, it's not that I stopped loving you. It's like, I ain't got time for games. You want to disappear and stuff. Am I supposed to cry over it? I thought we were done. Like, what? I don't. Mm-mm. But now I'm more clear. If I'm done with somebody, I make sure I tell them so they don't come back. Some of them try, but I don't know. I try to make it more clear this time. I only have one person that I kept allowing them to come back, come back, come back. And that didn't work out. So that wasn't good for me. Like I was the one losing when I allowed it to happen for so long. Yeah, Nico had me going for a long time. I really was like, dang, I felt like I knew him from another, like, like, I don't know. When I met him, it's almost like our souls knew each other. I hate the word soulmate, but I really was like right away, just, there was a different feeling with him. So I thought, okay, you know what? He's scared about my health or whatever. So when he get his stuff together, he'll come back. I really believe that. So I kept believing that for 20 years. And now he don't, I mean, he's sort of a friend, but, and not that I would want him back at this moment. Like, I made sure the last conversation, I forgot when it was, the last conversation we had, I was like, nope. I made sure I untied our souls. If we were soul ties, I clipped that. I took a axe and just chopped it off. There's no going back. Like no. I can't keep doing that loop no more. But yeah, so and then but the same, well, not the same, but there was a different feeling when I met Johnny's dad. And I felt like we met so innocent. We met at a block party, which Seattle never has those. So it would, like, that story, I don't think that that could be duplicated ever. And my friend liked him, I think, and I liked his friend. But then after seeing how trash his friend was, I was like, oh no, we all became friends. But my friend ended up liking his friend. So I was like, okay, whatever. For a year, I think, we just hung out. We were friends. One day I was like, you know what, I like him. And I just spoke up about it. And I knew that because of the connection that we had, and because, we were both innocent, we were both trying to love right, trying to heal. I didn't feel like he had bad intentions or anything. And he really was believing on, like, the universe, and I used to call it stuff, that stuff. But he was in tune with his frequency and all this stuff. I'm like, I'm a Christian, I don't do that. But now I'm like, oh, I wish I would have listened to him on a lot of stuff, because now I believe some of it. But I knew that because of both of our old soul wisdom type of thing, our kid was gonna be very, like, in tune. And now seeing them with animals and kids, I was like, dang, we created a powerful being. Like, we created a powerful son. And then with my little one, I know his dad's family's super duper smart. They choose the wrong path, but they're really, really smart. So I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have a street smart person, a little kid with me. I know. And so I wasn't, I was a little surprised how stubborn he is, but I wasn't surprised on how smart he is, how witty he is, how funny he is, and all that. Because me and his dad used to laugh so much. If it wasn't for the things that he did to cause the relationship to break up, I would have loved to stay friends with him. But, you know, that type of person you can't keep around and have peace. So I had to kind of let that go. And then there was a different feeling when I met my ex husband. Like, I just knew. I was like, oop, that's my husband. He knew that was my wife. Boom, bada bing, ba boom. 3 months later, he was proposing. 6 months later, we were married. No fuss, no muss, very easy. Like, it just felt right. I was like, how am I gonna? And it would just happen. I found my dress at Ross. It was beautiful. I looked like I don't know if that's 70s style or what. I pulled it together though. My wig, everything just perfect, perfect, it was just aligned. So I really was like, man, this is meant to be. If things are this smooth, this is meant to be. And I wish I still had pictures of what I look like in my wedding dress. I think the only one, I gotta ask Tish, because Tish was my witness. He brought a cousin for his witness. And but I look cute, and he looked all right. I wanted pastel colors, so he did obey me on that. He had like a purple suit, lavender suit. It was, I was shocked that he dressed. He's like, I'm man enough to wear girly colors. Like, I'm man enough. I was like, mm. But we both look cute and all that. But I looked real like and it's weird because I was prepared to work so hard. Like, it's gonna take me forever to find a dress, to find this, but like I don't even have an idea of what I want. The first dress I tried fit like butter. Just, of course, that's when I was thinner. I was a size 12. So, yeah, I was a size 12 or 14 or something like that. So they had one 12, two 14s, and like 316 of the dress. I was like, oh my God. But I was, no, no, no. No, at that time, because I gained weight when I went to Florida. No, it was the opposite. It was 116. That's the size I was. But I was still like no stomach, way down. So basically, a medium on top, large at the bottom, still thick at the bottom, but real, I used to swim a lot in Florida too. So I toned up, like I had muscles. Not manly muscles, but female muscles, nice muscles. But yeah, I was like, oh, only one dress. It was like a few dollars more. By the time I got the other stuff, I didn't have enough to get the dress. So I was rushing home. I was like, oh my God. I called my foster mom, like, please come with me. I found a dress. Da, da, da. Dumbass didn't want to come. She thought it was all a joke. Like, what? No, I'm not. It's like, bitch, okay, whatever. I was glad I was not having a wedding and inviting all these ungrateful people that don't deserve to see me celebrate nothing. So, and we agree. Like, he was like, yeah, my family and me right now are not really, but we'll work on it together. I'm mending fences. So, I was like, oh, thank God, because I didn't want the stress about wedding, planning, and waiting and all this crap. It's too stressful. I don't want, if I ever get married again, I'm not doing it. Like, forget everybody else. Like, I'm not doing it. Whoever I marry is going to have to do a court style wedding. And then if we want to invite, like, people that really matter to us to a small party, like, I would love it if it's 10 people, maybe 20 people. That's it. Just have a good old party where we could really dance to the music we want to dance to. And I don't want nobody that's going to be there judging because I'm going to get down if I can. If I can. But yeah, so. And God still has it in mind. Like, God, I feel like I'm still gonna find somebody. I'm not rushing it. After my ex-husband, I told myself never again. No matter what the feeling, no matter what my little butterflies are telling me, never again am I ever gonna marry somebody that I've known less than 2 years. Never again. But um yeah, I feel like the desire is still there, which I'm shocked because for a long time I was like, nope, I'm not ever getting married again. We're just gonna have to live insane. Da, da. But no, the desire is there to still get married and still do the right thing and find somebody that's loyal, that's kind, that's real, that's a godly man that really wants to bond with my kids. Because you meet all these fools that say like, oh yeah, like I should be so grateful you're dealing with me because I'm a single mom. Boy, get out of here. Like, if I notice the person that's not trying with my kids, then I don't even need to consider you. Like, you're not an option. So that's definitely going to be something. I learned that from this relationship that I just ended. Like, I'm not letting somebody get close to me ever again if they cannot deal with my kids first or take us as a package. So, But anyways, I'm gonna let you guys go because I was just planning to do a 5-10 minute video, and here I am. Um, anyways, like, share if you care. I know you do. And comment if you dare. Because a lot of people just be watching quietly, not saying nothing. Why you stalking me? Why you watching me? If you're just gonna be in the background in the shadows, oh. Get out the shadow and say hi. Bye. 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 Bye.